Today, we'll be discussing 8 metrics that all have one thing in common. They all use R&D spending in their calculation. The metrics range from corporate metrics used to measure the performance of innovation and operations to measures that help CXOs and CFOs to divvy up funds across business units of different purposes and performance levels, to measures that improve the ranking of investments, measures that can be used to modulate overspending and underspending to maximize corporate and competitive performance, and measures that are reported to Wall Street and used by analysts and investors. We'll start the program by looking at R&D spending by the top spending countries over a 15-year period. Seizing the moment, we'll look at the USA's R&D spending figures, which just came out from the National Science Foundation on September 25th this year. These are the latest actual spending figures available. We'll then look at some preliminary findings from research conducted by R&D Magazine for its annual global funding forecast. This is the only forward-looking forecast of global R&D spending on the planet. GGI contributed to the research questionnaire this year, but we kept focused exclusively on advanced development spending. There are significant preliminary findings we'll discuss with you today. Now that everyone's had a minute to think about R&D spending along several different lines of thought, we'll then go into each of the 8 metrics and the various ways that they employ R&D spending. Some are pure efficiency, productivity measures, output divided by input, the classical industrial engineering definition. Others are effectiveness measures aimed at achieving a result. They employ R&D spending in a different manner. After going through each of the metrics, we'll conclude the program with a brief discussion on non-GAAP and non-IFRS metrics. GAAP is the USA's set of accounting standards. IFRS is the EU and much of the rest of the world's accounting standards. There are some differences. So-called non-metrics, non-GAAP, non-IFRS, are sufficiently imperfect such that they cannot be used in financial accounting and/or reported in the financial statements of company reports, except in the notes section. And there is currently quite a brouhaha going on between regulators and corporations over these non-metrics. All metrics in today's program are non-GAAP, non-IFRS types of metrics, and at the moment belong in the notes section. I had the opportunity this summer, 2018, to attend the announcement of the Global Innovation Index on Roosevelt Island off the edge of Manhattan in the East River. The GII, now in its 11th year, is an annual ranking of the world's most innovative continents and countries. And it provides insight and analysis on global industries and issues involving innovation, such as environmental. The GII is a collaboration between the World International Patent Organization, INSEAD, and Cornell University. Roosevelt Island was chosen for the announcement this year as Tata, India's largest company, recently completed a state-of-the-art innovation research and teaching center covering 40% of the island. Everything was new and glistening and smacked of technological advancement and breakthrough innovation. This was a great venue for the 2018 GII announcement and attracted a number of ambassadors from the United Nations to see how their countries ranked. At lunch, I found myself sitting next to a plate glass window with a bird's eye view of the Queensboro Bridge, a magnificent structure. I couldn't help to think about all the research and development by many different companies that resulted in a still fully functional bridge, 110 years old. Design, metallurgy, materials, concrete, fastening, coating, erosion. It really makes you think. Could the creators have anticipated all of the ways that users would exercise the bridge, the product, back in 1909, when horse-drawn carts were still predominant? Now there are super heavy trucks, 200,000 cars a day going 2 to 3 times the original speed limit, tires with enough grip and traction to create localized forces and vibration, and so many more unanticipated things. I found myself captivated by the lasting majesticness of this bridge and its contrast to this brand new facility I was sitting in. Would the Tata Innovation Center on Roosevelt Island still be here, serving an ever-changing customer base, teaching and fostering unknown technologies to commercialization 100 years from now? Let's hope the creators and designers of the Innovation Center made their spending decisions as well as the Queensboro Bridge architects, engineers, and designers did when they built this giant assembly from vastly different component products to function as a single product. What were their metrics, I wondered? Most GGI presentations include a good amount of secondary research, where we research the primary research and publications of other experts. For all quotes and citations in our program today, you'll find a proper bibliographic reference directly below the blue line at the bottom of each page that contains quoted or cited material and images. I wish that you enjoy our program, and even more, that you put it to good use. Okay, let's dive in.